Today, we're going to talk about how to make a living on YouTube without a huge following. I have prepared a little presentation for you guys, and as usual, in a podcast style, together with my dear friend Ron, we're going to go over this presentation and see how do you make a living on YouTube without a huge, massive following. Shall we get started?
Sure.
Perfect.
And what if I say no? What else I'm going to
do? And by the way, Ron has no idea what's inside of here because I prepared this today before the podcast, and he has no idea what we're going to talk about.
So I'll be honest as well, guys. If it's shit, I'll just tell.
So as much of a surprise it is for you, it is also for Ron. So let's take a look. This is, how do you like my drawing? This is, I created this masterpiece right here.
Is it done by your little half sister or you?
This right here is the sketch for the thumbnail. Okay, so let's move on. First things first, we need to understand that you don't need millions of followers to make a full-time living. And there is this article called 1,000 True Fans. I don't remember, unfortunately, the author who wrote this article. So he says, to be a successful creator, you don't need millions of dollars, millions of customers, millions of clients, or millions of fans. To make a living as a craftsperson, photographer, musician, designer, author, animator, app maker, entrepreneur, or inventor, you only need thousands of true fans. Okay, that's the statement he's making, and we're kind of bouncing off from this. So how do we define a true fan? Well, a true fan is defined as a fan that will buy anything that you produce. These diehard fans will drive 200 miles to see you sing. They'll buy the hardback and paperback and Audible versions of your book. They will purchase your next figurine, sight unseen. They will pay for the best of DVD version, and da-da-da-da-da. You get the point, right? If you have roughly 1,000 of true fans like this, you can make a living if you are content to make a living, but not a fortune. Okay, so that's the whole idea.
Yeah. But true fans is a difference than just like subscribers. Right?
Yes, exactly, 100%. So the difference between a fan and a subscriber is that, you know, you can have subscribers. For example, we have over 6 or 7,000 subscribers on this channel, but people who tune in like all the time are probably a handful, you know, people who have been following the podcast for a long time, who, you know you, who know me. So those are the true fans who will, for example, if you and I release a book or a new course, they'll be like, sign me up, you know, but the rest, like the majority of the people, 99% are not a true fan.
Yeah, makes sense. So, but then in the end, you still need a big following to get the true fans, right? Because like the conversion is maybe, let's say like 2 or 3% becomes a big fan. I was like a super fan, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
And he says, here's the math. So he does the math. He says that if you keep the full $100 of each true fan, you then only need 1,000 of them to earn $100,000. Okay. So if you have 1,000 people who will once a year give you each $100, you're making $100,000 from, you know, this audience, right? So this is the main idea. The main idea is that we get caught up in the idea that we need millions, and we see all these numbers and Mr. Beast and all this crazy stuff going on and all these influencers. But matter of fact, the majority of people creating content, they don't have that. You know, you only see the outliers, the people who create, you know, who really go viral, right? But the majority of content creators, they don't have that. So the question is, how to do it? And here's a step-by-step. Number 1, pick a niche. Number 2, create the content for that niche. And number 3, monetize the audience. I know it sounds simple, but bear with me, because as simple as it sounds, there's a lot more to it, which I think we should get into it. So let's talk about the niche. This is the graph for the niche, okay? The niche is something like this. On the left-hand side, right here, you have what you like, okay? AKA your passion. And here on the right, you have what the market wants, Okay, so market demand. And the intersection between these two right here, this is where you want to fall into. Okay, this is where you will be able to create content that you like, that you're passionate about, but also what the market wants. Because there's a problem. Okay, let's say that you are passionate about, I don't know, give me some weird ass example that there's no market
Gardening.
demand for.
Oh,
Gardening. Yeah.
there's market demand for that.
Yes, there
Old
is
women.
market demand. The what?
Old women, I think they like
Old
gardening.
women? Bro,
They like
what do you have against old women, bro?
nothing. They have a lot of experience. I don't know.
That is true.
You can name every hobby your passion, and you
But
asked for unpopular one, right?
well, I'm asking for something that is so specific that there is very little or basically no market demand for it. You know, let's say for example, it is a sub niche of a sub niche. It's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
If suing is a niche, right? Then you have
Suing
suing.
for people with gray hair and one leg. It's
Yeah,
pretty,
like, you
pretty
know,
niche.
or like I like to say, suing while flying in a plane. Like,
Yeah.
there's so few people who are probably super into that, so it'll be hard for you to get those 1,000 true fans, you know? So it needs to be something that you like and that also is in demand in the market, okay? And it's not as hard, right? I would, matter of fact, probably start from the market side of things, and then I would move on and see, okay, could I see myself doing this for the next 5 years?
Yeah, I would look for a proof of concept at least before starting out, even. Because you know so many people that are just starting out because they like something and then they're launching it, and then nobody is like
Yeah.
interested at all. So yeah, that's important. But how do you find out about demand?
Well,
That's
actually, what you said about proof of concept is super interesting because that's what a lot of the beginners make this mistake. They say, you know what, this is my idea, and you know, because it's like, you know, the people who start it's called the book. There's a good book for that. E-Myth Revisits It. Okay. And he writes about, he gives all these examples of people who start, like, you know, a bakery, for example. And they say, oh, you know, in my area, all the bakery shops, you know, they're not good. They don't make good breads or, you know, whatever. And my grandma, she has this secret recipe that she's been making my whole childhood, and I love it. And everybody who visits my house loves it. So I'm going to start a bakery and I'm going to be super successful because I'm going to have the best products. So then Mary starts the bakery. Okay. She starts making these. People are loving it. People are keep coming back. But before Mary knows it, she needs to deal with accounting. She needs to deal with marketing. She needs to deal with cleaning the floors. And her, you know, now her business has not given her freedom, has not given her anything that she wanted out of the entrepreneurial dream, because she just keeps working 18 hours a day, making sure that everything is running as it should be, because people are expecting her. And that's when you turn from an enthusiast, from a, you know, kind of solopreneur, then you
business
start
owner.
turning into a business owner. Exactly, when you start to, you know, hire people and manage people, because you are not be able to build a business by yourself.
No, it depends on what you want to become eventually. If you just want to be a baker baking bread, then you can better work maybe at an existing bakery and just do your thing. But yeah, that's the thing. But if you become big enough, you of course can find people who can help you with those things. It's not that
Yeah.
you need to do everything.
But the what a lot of people run into is they say, "Oh, I work as a car mechanic. My boss doesn't even know how to, like, disassemble and assemble a car.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so much better at his thing, so I should start my own car mechanic shop." But what they don't realize is that there's so many more things that go into running a car mechanic shop than just being able to assemble or disassemble a car. So, warning, don't fall, you know, for this. If you're good at one thing, it doesn't mean that you're going to be good at business in general.
No, that's true. But also, don't be afraid of taking the jump. Like, I mean, you can literally learn anything and everything
Yeah.
online.
Well, shall we take a look at a good example of a niche?
Yeah, sure. Let's make money.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is an example of a niche. What is it? sundaygolf.com. It says .co.uk because that's their. I was not able to access the American site, but this is basically right here. You can see sundaygolf.co.uk or .com. Now, this is a website. This is a company, I should say, that sells golf equipment. Okay, people who are into golf, they need all sorts of different equipment, bags, clubs, you name.
Expensive as well, I think.
Expensive sport as well. Okay. So, how did I find this website? I found it through shareasale.com. You can see right here, so this is some of the info, right? So they are doing affiliate marketing, which means that they are looking for people like you and me who will promote their business and get in exchange a commission. You can see right here, their average sale is $222, which is pretty high, okay? An average commission in the last 7 days is $33 for one sale. EPC is $236, which basically means that the average EPC for one click, because this is for 100, is 2.36. Okay, that's per click.
If you attract the right click.
Yeah, of course, it needs to be targeted. Yeah. Their conversion rate is 7%, which is really high. I'm not sure if these numbers are correct because I'm going to show you just now in a second. Cookie day is 30 days. That basically means that if you send them a click and the person doesn't buy right away, but let's say buys in 25 days, right, or in 3 weeks, you're still going to get attributed that commission because that's the cookie day. Okay, so 30-day cookie days, which is good. They have 101 products in their product data feed, so you can promote a lot of different products. Last transaction is today. Good. That means it's selling. That means that people are driving traffic. And the power rank is 73. We've talked about this before. That basically means that the lower the power rank, the more of a powerful affiliate partner they are, right? So 73 is really high. Now, this is what they say as well. So this is a bit confusing to me. 10% commission rate, 10% commissions with an average order value of $150. Now here it says 220
changing
and 7% commission. So that's really 1.6% on-site conversion rate. And here they say 7%. So that's the discrepancy here.
Yeah, but maybe the text is just like filled in at the beginning and the other one is like real time.
Probably because this one is more up to date. You know, this one updates probably automatically. Yes. And this one is just written by the person who's managing their affiliate program, right? So,
but what's the link between the 1,000 fans and this?
The idea is that you don't need to have the biggest, baddest golf channel or a golf website there is out there to make a full-time living, because people might, look at this and they would say, then they start doing their research and then they would say, oh man, but there are already so many golf channels there are on YouTube, or there's so many golf websites. Why would anyone watch me? Why would anyone? But that's the whole idea, is that if there are channels and there are websites like that, that means that it's working. It simply is working. And if you are into golf yourself and you have already equipment and stuff, you can really monetize it, because there are going to be people out there who might like you. And that's the whole idea. Or if you don't want to create the content yourself, which we're going to talk about in a second as well, you can also outsource that. So there are ways to go about.
But wouldn't you be better off not doing affiliate marketing, because you're getting, like, what was it here, $2 per click? Like you exhaust your 1,000 fans very quickly if you need clicks from them the whole time to earn money. So then it would be better to maybe sell your own course on golf, sell your own golf products, right? Doesn't it make more sense for your golf community?
Well, yes, but the thing is, everything has a flip side of the coin, right? So, I mean, yes, sure, you can sell your own products, but that is a whole beast of its own. You know that.
Our course or
requires
community then. But like what I mean is like the 1,000 true fans, you will never make enough money from the 1,000 fans if you only have affiliate marketing offers.
like that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but also keep in mind the thousand true fans, that's something that you're aiming for, right? But it's really hard to get that, right? I mean, if for example each fan buys gives you $100, for example, in commissions per year, you're making $100,000, right?
Yeah, so like if I would say like maybe the 1,000 fans is a little bit confusing for me, but what you're saying is probably you're getting like 100,000 views a month on your golf channel. That 100,000 views a month you can use for affiliate marketing. Out of those 100,000 views, maybe 1,000 views are super fans, and on the super fans you need to offer a different product, which can be like a golf community course, which has like a monthly or yearly retainer for $100.
Yeah.
So that's what you mean, right? Then I think.
Yes, exactly. So there is the general monetization, and then for the people who are really, your super fans, like you said, you need to offer more, right? It's like if you go to a store or whatever, to a really well-established one where they know how to sell, they're not going to just sell you one thing and let you go. They're going to offer you as many things as possible to just keep you buying, because if you want to spend money, who's going to say no? Right? Because there are some people who just want to spend $50 with you, but then there are other people who are going to be wanting to spend with you $1,000. And the mistake that a lot of people do is that they don't give the opportunity for people to spend the money.
Yes, or you need to work on a retainer, like a subscription basis. Like then you get the money again and again from the same customers.
Yeah. So then I did a quick little search on YouTube Incognito for some of the keywords. You can see golf bag 4. This is just one of them. If you go here, you can see these are the keywords that they are telling you. So outdoors, golf, sporting goods, travel bag, golf tees, right? So if we do golf bag 4, which is just one of the categories, we can see that it is for beginners, push cart, travel for beginners, right? So this is a pretty competitive niche, yes, but I think there is, from my first glance, I think there is still place to fit in and create. If you're going to be creating like good, valuable content for this niche, I think within 6 months you can really start to get some very good traction.
Yeah, but I do think you need some little knowledge. Like I think if you're a golf player, like doing golf for a year, and then me and you are gonna make golf content with ChatGPT, they will very quickly see that we're talking out of our ass,
100%. That's why in the very beginning I showed you that diagram with what you want, what do you
passion,
like,
yeah.
and the passion and the market demand, right? Because
Yeah.
someone who knows golf, is gonna destroy you and me every single day because you don't know anything about golf, and so do I. So yes, 100% important. But oh yeah, and I forgot to show you that this website is getting about 120,000 visitors in July, which is down by 10%. So yeah, about 130, 150. So it's doing okay. It's doing all right. Next, create content. So here we can see that still sticking with that example, I found this one channel that has about 18,000 subscribers. You can see right here.
A lot of videos.
And they posted 1,000 videos. So that tells us that this is kind of like one of those cash cow channels in a way.
Could be, but it's self-recorded, right?
Yeah, I haven't checked these videos. I haven't checked these videos. Yeah.
Golf Shake. Let me check.
Golfshake.com.
If you see the yeah. Well, it's pretty serious. If you can check, if you see the videos, they're like actually presenting in a store with their logo behind them.
Oh, really?
It's like a genuine channel, a genuine company, I think. And they sell courses, by the way.
They sell courses.
They're doing exactly what we're talking about. Yeah. If you check their website.
Exactly. So this is
just... they're different. They're actually golf courses. I clicked the menu button and it was courses. So I was like digital product courses, but actually they're golf courses. Like that you can play on.
Actual golf courses.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but this is just one of the examples to show you that like these guys are probably doing fine, right? Of course, it's a bit more serious. They have like, their own store and all that. But again, this is just a quick search. If you go more in depth, you can find channels where, they're not so into the whole store and stuff. It's just all digital, right? Because that's what we're trying to create. We're trying to create fully digital. Me, myself, for example, for sure, I don't want to have no storefront. I don't want to have no any of that. I just want to keep everything digital and no inventory, none of that. But we get into the next part, which is growing an email list. So I think this is super important. This is my recent finding. So you can see this is their website, golfshake.com news. Now they have a website. I always used to think that a website is not important. I'd be like, who needs a website? I'm just going to be creating videos, whatever. But they say that the money is in your list, right? So growing an email list is super important because if you have a niche, every single subscriber on your email list in that niche is valuable, has a potential value attached to it. So when you're going to be selling your business, that's going to count very much towards, they're going to ask you, like when you sell a business, they ask you, how many email subscribers do you have?
Yeah, like if a click is already $2 to $3 worth, a click, then an email is probably like 10 times more even, a relevant email.
Exactly, 100%. So that's why you need a place where you can have some kind of a lead generation, right? We can have a what are they called? Freebie?
A freebie lead magnet.
Yeah, like a lead magnet, right? A lead magnet is something that you give in exchange for an email, something of value for free to the person in exchange for their email, right? So you can see right here, this is their simple website. They're optimizing for SEO, I guess. And the goal.
By the way, I'm thinking right now, this is really fucked up for the people just listening.
Why?
Well, it just came to mind because it's very visual. No, because like you're doing the presentation with people listening just on the podcast, just on the audio. Like maybe next time we should like really show what we're highlighting, show what we're talking about.
Yes, that's very true. So okay, we'll do that next time.
Yeah, I totally
but for the people watching. Okay, so then we're moving on to the whole idea, so the whole goal, and that is to become the place for your niche, right? So you want to build authority and you want to build trust. That's the whole idea about it. You want to build a place where people think about golf, they go to you, So you want to create that association where, okay, golf, we go here. Golf, we go here. And they trust you and you have the authority because that's how you build the thing. And so the ultimate goal is to build a content business with enterprise value. That's what I think it is. Does that make sense? What questions do you have?
Yeah, not many. Like it's basically what we told last week, but then in a golf niche. I think it makes sense. Pick your passion, make content about it, find affiliate marketing offers, and eventually sell your own product to your super fans. I think that makes a lot of sense, but it really needs to fit you as a person. If you would like to make content, or if you're able to build a team that can make the content, but if you make a team, they probably don't have the passion about it, so it's kind of difficult. You somehow probably still need to be on camera if it's your passion, I think.
Yeah. No, I think so too. Yeah, I think this can work if you don't want to create the content yourself, if you want to outsource it, for sure. 100%, bro. It's just going to cost much more.
Yeah, of course. But then you need a face for the brand, especially with these kind of stuff, like with golf. You can't do a PowerPoint and an AI voice,
No,
people want to see the movement.
But that's not what I'm preaching. I've never been into AI voice. I've never been into presentations like that. I mean, I've done it. It worked, but I've so moved on past that. But it's just gonna, like, if you're gonna be doing yourself, it's gonna be much cheaper, right? So you're gonna be spending time and energy, but not so much money. If you're going to be doing it fully outsourced, then of course you got to be ready to pay some money for that. But all right, so let's say, for example, that your top line revenue is $50,000 per month. Let's say that you have a good margin of 40%, 80%. So your bottom line is $40,000 per month. You can exit at 30x multiple for $1.2 million.
Yeah. And then you do it again.
And then you do it again. And
again. Yeah, no, it can work. The thing is, yeah, if you have a business that's making money every single month, you can always exit it if you have the systems in place.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it can work, but I'm not sure if it's suitable for beginners. Like if you need some cash to start out with, you need to have some knowledge about making the content, making a website, making a lead magnet, basically audience, understanding your audience, understanding your persona, what they want to see, what kind of content they want to see, what they enjoy, etc. But if you're like a little bit like intermediate in that sense, and you want to take the long-term approach, it can definitely work. It depends on what your approach or like what you want as a person. Like for me, I would never be in front of the camera, so I would hire than everyone. But that's a lot of money, so you need to consider that will take at least 4 to 6 months to have like some sort of authority and place in the market. So you need to be able to willing to invest that.
Yeah, 100%. But I think like honestly, I think that is the way to go about this, because like if you want to do something, that's my philosophy. You want to do it well. You don't want to just half-ass it. You don't want to, get kind of onto YouTube. You don't want to kind of get, into business. If you're going to like commit and do it, bro, you might as well commit and do it. And if you're going to do it, you want to do it properly.
Yeah, true. But like as a beginner, you will half-ass it without you knowing you are half-assing it.
Sure, but you want to have at least what you're striving towards to have it to be like proper. You don't want to be like, getting into something and be like, I'm just going to make a quick $5,000-$10,000 per month. I'm going to be posting these videos and that's it. No, like what I'm encouraging is basically to have a bigger vision for people, even if they're just starting out.
Yeah, that's always good. But like for starting out, it can be very difficult because you right away need to build it in such a way that it's basically sellable, which can be pretty difficult in the beginning. So it depends like what kind of audience this is listening. Like if beginners are listening to this, I think there are better ways to first go to 10K a month, 5K a month, and then do it because you have some cash flow. But if you're intermediate, then and you have some cash laying around and you have some business knowledge already, then it makes sense because you can do things properly right away. Like same with you, like you could do this right away because you have the knowledge about content, you have some capital available, you know how to find the keywords, you know how to get the website up, for you it's very easy. For beginners, I don't think it's a beginner business. What do you say?
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't think that it's a beginner business. I think that any business is not a beginner business. Okay? If people only knew what is waiting ahead of them when they're going to be starting their a business, they would not have started because there's going to be a billion things, So anyone who's sugarcoating and telling you, our business model, bro, so easy. Just get into it. Let's go. 10 grand within the next 48 hours. BS alert, obviously. So whenever you find yourself in a place that someone is sugarcoating their business and saying it's easy, run.
Of course. But it depends. There is still like the one business requires more has more obstacles and requires more capital and more things to keep into account with than the other one to see the first initial results,
But if you compare this content creation business to something, else, sure, this has barrier to entry. But if you compare that to a lot of other businesses, next podcast, we can probably do like a comparison between content creation business and other forms, right? Agency, we can do something else, right? And then we can, talk about it. But I think that this is a very good business because it is scalable, very scalable. It is fully digital, right? Your product that you're creating is content, it's videos, is articles on online, right? You're aiming to get organic SEO traffic from both video and on Google, right? And you don't have your own products, you don't have any of the thing, right? You're just kind of creating content for people to consume, and then you are monetizing that attention with another's people's products. And I think, I mean, that's, in my opinion, well, not yeah, in my opinion, that's one of the best businesses that I know of, and that's
Yeah,
what
it's
I
good,
do
good, but
myself.
it's also a risk if I think about it, because if the affiliate you mentioned, like golf, what was it? If you can show golf,
Sunday
yeah,
golf.
if they're like, fuck it, fuck our affiliates, we're gonna turn down the commissions. The commissions will go down, or we will close the store, etc. Your full income is gone.
Yes, but what about then you switch to another golf partner?
Yeah, of course it's possible. That's the thing. So you need to keep into account, like when you dive into a niche. I think I said it before episode as well. You're not reliant on one partner. So you have different income streams, different affiliate marketing offers. You have your own digital product, maybe you have for your super fans, and then it's a proper business. If you have like one income source from one affiliate offer, then also when you're selling the business, it's less valuable because there's more
Yeah,
risk to it.
yeah, I agree, and that's why it's also important to build your go-to place around a niche rather than around a one partner, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're building around one partner, you're putting yourself in a corner, because then you're giving them so much leverage and negotiation. Oh, you made it for us, great. We're gonna offer you this amount. Oh no, I'm not gonna take that amount. Okay, then fuck off. Who else are you going to go to if you build a business basically for us? So yes, you need to build with options available. It's kind of like the dating market as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so that's important to know. But overall, yeah, it can work. Like everything can work eventually, as long as you do it long enough. You have a good niche, you could focus, and it makes sense what you're like, what kind of content you're making. If you're making it for the right people,
exactly. So, if you're interested to work with us one-on-one, this is what Ron and myself can offer you. Number one, we can help you pick the perfect niche. Number two, we will work together to help you create a content strategy, so you know exactly what to make and how to make it. We will teach you how to create slash outsource the production. Okay. I know how to do creation. Ron is good at outsourcing. Next, we will teach you how to monetize and automate the business, right? So once you start creating, your audience is going to start growing. Then you need to start monetizing it. So we will teach you how to monetize. We'll teach you how to grow an email list, where to put the affiliate links, all this. And we will teach you how to automate the business as well. So you can sit on the beach and sip margaritas and then realize that's actually not what you wanted all along the way. Next, build a digital asset with enterprise value. So this is really the key here. So we will help you and we will teach you how to build a digital asset that has enterprise value. So enterprise value means that you'll be able to sell it, right? And lastly, of course, is we will help you exit the business for 30x multiple or keep it as passive income. Okay. So all of this, it's a 6 months mentorship program. It's $4,997 US. We're only going to be working with serious people. And if you want to take us up on this offer and you want to see if we're a good fit, book a call with me. The link is in the description.
all right, you've heard it, people. Yeah, it's a solid. But keep in mind, like, it's for long-term business approach. Like, if you want to build something with enterprise value, you're not building that in a month. So
exactly, and that's why I said only serious people, right? If you are serious about this and you really want to take this, seriously, then please consider booking a call. But everybody who just wants a little quick cash grab and stuff, yeah, it's not really going to work. I can guarantee that.
No, of course not. But that's not how the world works. Those people will find out themselves eventually.
Ooh,
yeah, but it's
cold, Ron.
It is the reality.
That is the reality. Seek for truth. We're not seeking to sugarcoat. We are seeking for the truth. That's the type of people that we want to attract, you know?
All right. Well, thanks for the presentations. As I said, I didn't know what was coming, but I think it's pretty solid. Like in terms of like the basis and how to structure stuff and how to. It's more like the way how to approach starting out a content business rather than exactly the steps. Like because there are many steps you can take eventually to build a content business, but I think it's more about understanding the bigger picture and like which levers are important inside of your business and how to basically structure your business on the back end to make it valuable for an eventual exit. I think that's a thing that people need to understand and learn, which takes a long time to understand, like how you properly build something to sell, structure something to sell, and that's like not done in a month or in a week.
Yeah, and same thing as with like, you know, the back end is super important. I mean, that took me like 8 years to learn that the back end is more important than the front end. Because hey, listen, I knew Russell Brunson was telling me from the very beginning, oh, you make your money on the back end. But I never understood what that means and how to implement that. Now I do. Now I know the value of an email list. Now I know the value of LTV and, you know, liquidating the ad customer acquisition, liquidating the ad spend, and all of this, right? And all of this applies as much to the content business as it applies to, for example, physical e-commerce
to any business
as well. Any business, there's always going to be a cost per acquisition, front end, back end, and you need to know your funnel and to know your target audience.
It's the only two metrics. It's like cost per acquisition per customer and the lifetime value of your customer. Like if your cost per acquisition per customer is lower than a lifetime value, you make money. That's it in every business.
Yes, 100%. How much you're paying to get a customer and how much that customer is going to spend in your business over the lifetime of them being your customer.
Exactly. Well, learning material, people. The people that stick till the end, props to you. Some serious information and knowledge in this pod. So 40 minutes of that is pretty impressive if you kept listening, watching till here. So and next time we'll do more like we should do more of a translation of what we're seeing on the screen.
Yes. Please let us know how you like the episode down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, listening, subscribing. Thank you, Ron, for attending our little lecture today. And
yes, thank you as well.
We will see you guys in the next week's episode. Ciao.
Bye-bye.